What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. It's an inter-brand event and it's not even Survivor Series yet, as the blue brand's Bloodline lock horns with the red brand's New Day. What will happen when all three of the best from the blue brand clash with all three from the best of the red brand, and will it have any effect on Extreme Rules? Well, join us now as we look at the 20th September edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Owen Hart is all elite, fans walked out of Raw during the Charlotte Alexa segment, WWE just cancelled Ric Flair, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. As always, we don't recap the matches, but just provide you with the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good, as number 1, Lashley is still dominant. Now, although Lashley just lost the WWE Championship last week, they're still booking him as the Almighty, with Lashley destroying the New Day and the Usos during their opening match on Raw, then spearing Roman after the bout. Hopefully, the WWE continues Lashley's portrayal as a near unstoppable force, as the red brand needs a dominant heel, even if he's no longer WWE Champion. Number 2, Big E's Brody moment. A time to acknowledge Biggie for his awesome acknowledgement for the late Mr. Brody Lee during Biggie's victory celebration. Now, in case you missed it, the newly crowned WWE Champion thanked the fans for losing their minds last week, and Biggie said he was grateful for all those below, the heavens, and the one incredible friend above, which led to the fans shouting Brody. Small but significant touches like this are a wonderful way to remember the man who was taken from us far too soon. Number 3, Jeff Hardy's last hurrah. Wrestling fans like to chant, "You've still got it," and it's time the WWE reorganized that Jeff Hardy has still got it, something seen last week when he faced off against Sheamus, a match we've seen plenty of times, but one which both Jeff and the Celtic Warrior kept interesting thanks to their mutual skills. Now, we aren't alone in pointing out how the WWE has been squandering Hardy's talent, so it's refreshing that he's been added to the US Championship match at Extreme Rules. Hardy is 44, but he's shown that he has no problem keeping up with anyone in WWE right now. Number 4, meat slapping main event. The WWE provided a pay-per-view level main event last night, with all three of WWE's strongest sluggers smashing and bashing each other in a triple threat that looked like it belonged in the bloodstained sands of a Roman gladiator pit than a professional wrestling ring. They kept Reigns looking strong, even giving him a win over Bobby Lashley. This was the kind of match that fans like to see, and while the WWE can't be expected to air one like it every week, it was one for the ages that gave fans a reason to check back the next week. Was it the hype of seeing Universal Champion Roman Reigns on Raw, or something else that the WWE can duplicate without a brand crossover every week? Number 5, Badass Baszler is back, or is it too late? Shayna Baszler's dominant performance against former tag team partner and Raw's resident badass Nia Jax suggests the WWE may finally be booking the Queen of Spades as a badass bitch who terrorized NXT and Raw, or at least in her early run on the red brand, before the WWE turned her into just another sideshow attraction. Baszler had the tumbling tools and powerful presence that can make her a main event on the women's roster, but is it too late? Have they buried Baszler so badly that she's beyond redemption? We've seen them rebuild B-listers into A-listers, but it's no easy task, and the WWE needs to book her constantly against quality opponents. She may not get over, but given the shortage of A-list superstars on the women's roster, it's worth the effort. And a very personal promo. Last night's verbal showdown between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte was a refreshing refrain from the usual spookiness spouted off by Alexa Bliss, with the fans instead getting to hear both women take some personal pot shots at each other. Flair's criticism of Bliss for devolving from a championship caliber competitor to a girl playing dress-up was biting, as was Bliss calling out Flair for lacking originality, which is kind of ironic given Bliss taking over the Fiend's gimmick. While it remains to be seen if they can deliver a good match, because Bliss's matches tend to focus on spectacle rather than wrestling, last night's build-up was well executed. But that was the good. What about the bad? Is number 1, have they forgotten about Elias? Where in the world is Elias? Well, it's safe to say the WWE Universe hasn't been impressed with Elias's booking or the recent vignettes teasing a new direction for the former Drifter. They would like to know if Elias is being future endeavored or sitting in creative limbo while the WWE's wonderful writers try to concoct a new direction for him. If Elias is happy with his current pay, he may be hopeful the WWE forgets about him so we can cash in a few more paychecks before someone remembers he's still on the roster. Number 2, Eva Marie's redundant rematch. Last night's rematch between Eva Marie and Doudrop wasn't just an excellent example of lazy booking by the WWE, but a great example of the word redundant and its many synonyms. The belt was unnecessary, useless, irrelevant, and needless. We've already noted Eva Marie has no business in the ring, so we'll spare you that redundancy, and ask why on earth someone thought a rematch was necessary. Did McMahon make a bet that Eva Marie couldn't wrestle any worse than she did last week? If so, we would like it on that easy money. And number 3, heavy hot shotting. Last night's Raw featured a fantastic 6-man tag between the New Day and the Bloodline, a match that undoubtedly was designed to help Raw deal with the competition from Monday Night Football. And this was a good move, and the WWE deserves credit for also promoting the match rather than slapping it on Raw at the last minute. However, did they need to give away Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns with no build-up on free television? That's a situation that seems more like hot-shotting, something which undoubtedly will boost ratings, but which kills any incentive for fans wanting to see the two go mano-a-mano down the road, and preferably at a pay-per-view. They made a serious error by airing the match with no build-up, and even more by putting Reigns over Lashley. It's understandable that the WWE is committed to protecting Reigns, but it shouldn't be doing so at the expense of one of Raw's top stars. Now, there was nothing downright ugly about last night's Raw, as this edition had to be considered one of the best episodes of 2021. Last night's Red Brand showed that it can be booked in a good way, with a new team introduced as Angel Garza and Humberto Correa teamed up, a new Women's Tag Team Championship crowned, and 2 titanic interbrand matches. But what did you guys think of Raw? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at Owen Hart being All Elite. Now, topping the news is a major announcement concerning All Elite Wrestling and the Owen Hart Foundation. AEW President Tony Khan issued a statement yesterday announcing that AEW is going to hold an annual tournament to celebrate Owen's legacy, and that it's going to produce original merchandise such as action figures, apparel, and other items, and that Owen Hart will be a playable character in AEW's upcoming console game. Khan explained that AEW's relationship with the Hart family dates back to our inaugural pay-per-view event Double or Nothing in 2019, and Owen's influence is still felt today. To extend his memory and his legacy even further through this agreement is a powerful and meaning moment for the entire wrestling community. Owen's widow, Dr. Martha Hart, added, "The Owen Hart Foundation is extremely pleased to partner with AEW in this wonderful joint venture to honor Owen's substantial international wrestling career and the lasting influence he and his craft has had in the sport. AEW's Owen Hart Cup tournament serves as a tremendous tribute to Owen and provides an incredible way for pro wrestling enthusiasts to celebrate his work in the most fitting way. We trust that Tony Khan and his amazing AEW team will do a brilliant job with this highly anticipated project. This Owen Hart Foundation AEW partnership is my special gift to all of Owen's magnificent loyal fans who forever remember him and his inspiring repertoire of talents." According to Sports Illustrated, the Owen Hart Foundation provides scholarships, housing, and various forms of assistance to at-risk communities around the world, including doing food drives, backpack giveaways, and Christmas projects. At this point, details on the Owen Hart Cup are limited, other than it will be held once a year, with the winner receiving a trophy called the Owen. What do you guys think of this news? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, fans walk out on Alexa Bliss and Charlotte segment. Now, a huge rumor is making the rounds concerning the latest Raw, with Dave Meltzer reporting on the Wrestling Observer Radio that they had about 8,000 in the building and people were leaving in droves during this segment. I had 1,500 people left, and it's not like they left and went to the bathroom and came back. They left and went home at 10 PM. People were going home at 10, and I never heard that they did that during Raw, and it was this segment. Although the WWE Universe is known for walking out before the main event, this story has us waiting for confirmation from multiple sources, as it seems like a difficult story to verify. What do you guys take on this? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, WWE cancels Ric Flair. Now, it looks like Ric Flair is dealing with more fallout from Dark Side of the Ring's Plane Ride from Hell episode, as Cultaholic and several other sites are reporting Flair was removed from the WWE's video introduction on Raw. Cultaholic's Mitch Warden is reporting Flair has been a consistent feature of that video package for a number of years, with his trademark woo included within the intro. However, as a Monday 20th September episode of Raw, that appears to have changed, with the two-time WWE Hall of Famer's image and voice seemingly edited out. Ringside News' Felix Upton is reporting that Flair's merchandise has been removed from WWE's shop and that the shop previously had Ric Flair merchandise available despite the fact that he was released from the company. Could we expect more fallout with WWE blacklisting Flair from even the network? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.